8.1 million years ago, the ancient wetlands of the Proto-Amazon were a world ruled by shadows, mist, and silence. Giant trees with serpent-like roots wrapped themselves around the mud, and sunlight struggled to pierce through the thick canopy. It was a world where every step felt like a trap, every shadow hid a predator, and only the most patient hunters survived long enough to rule. In this forgotten age lived two of the deadliest creatures the wetland ever produced, the prehistoric dragon lizard and the Titan boa hunter. The dragon lizard was unlike anything familiar to the modern world. 5 meters long and armored with rough, jagged scales that resembled broken stone, it moved with deliberate confidence. Its head was narrow and elongated, with a saw-like line of serrated teeth meant to tear through flesh. It wasn't fast, but it didn't have to be. Strength came from patience, endurance, and the ability to remain completely still for hours, blending into the swamp like a fallen log. The Titan boa hunter was a different beast entirely, heavier, colder, more silent than death itself. Reaching nearly 10 meters in length, it carried ancient lineage in every muscle. Unlike modern boas, this serpent had learned to adapt to an environment full of giant reptiles, hunted with precision and cold intelligence, striking only when every advantage was assured. Its eyes were small, but packed with predatory focus. Its body was thick enough to crush the bones of anything smaller than a bison. And when it wrapped around a prey, the result was always the same: slow suffocation under the weight of ancient muscle. Their worlds intersected over one thing only: survival. The wetland was drying. A seasonal drought had begun harsher than usual, longer than expected. Pools of muddy water shrank every day. Fish vanished. Birds abandoned their nests. And creatures hungry enough to break their own boundaries started wandering into each other's hunting grounds. The dragon lizard felt it first. Its usual water pit had turned into cracked mud. The amphibians it relied on had disappeared. It lifted its massive head, smelling the air, picking up a scent that wasn't familiar. Something big, something strong, something it had never faced before. The Titan boa hunter had also been pushed from its river. As water receded, it moved through thick patches of dying vegetation, dragging its heavy body over roots and mud. Every movement was slow, strategic. The serpent was not desperate, it was confident. Anything wandering near the few remaining watering holes would be easy prey. But the boa did not expect a predator equal to itself to be heading in the same direction. One evening, as the sun dipped behind the canopy, both monsters approached a shallow pool, one of the last sources of water for kilometers. The air smelled of rot and heat. Frogs croaked weakly in the distance. Waves of insects buzzed in swarms. The dragon lizard reached the water first, lowering its head cautiously. Its tongue flicked, testing the surface. It stepped in slowly, the mud swallowing its feet. The lizard drank with deep, cautious gulps, constantly lifting its head to listen. The Titan boa arrived like a whisper. Half its body remained hidden under fallen palm fronds, while the rest slid silently toward the pool's edge. Its tongue flicked outward, tasting the heavy presence of another predator. Its muscles tightened. This was not prey. This was a threat and a challenge. The dragon lizard sensed movement behind it, turned slowly, eyes narrowing, body lowering into an armored defensive stance. Its throat vibrated with a deep growl, echoing across the still water. The Titan boa reacted by raising the front of its body, expanding its neck slightly, a gesture of warning and domination. The lizard held its ground, tail whipping once, splashing mud behind it. For a long moment, neither creature moved. The air grew heavier, the swamp fell silent. Even the insects paused, as if nature itself waited for the first strike. The Titan boa attacked first. It lunged with terrifying speed, mouth wide, fangs glinting. The dragon lizard dodged sideways, the snake's jaws snapping shut inches from its armor. The impact shook the ground. Lizard retaliated immediately, swinging its tail like a club, striking the boa across the ribs. Serpent hissed, its scales rippling as waves of muscle absorbed the blow. The fight had begun. The boa struck again, this time coiling around the lizard's torso. The dragon lizard roared, thrashing violently, trying to break free. The pressure increased as the snake tightened. Bones strained. Air escaped the lizard's lungs. The boa's strategy was simple: break the ribs, suffocate the prey, end the fight slowly. But the dragon lizard was not easy to kill. The boa circled back, slower now, testing the distance. Its wounded neck dripped thick blood, adding tension to the humid air. The lizard's chest rose and fell heavily, but its eyes remained locked on the serpent. The second clash was even more brutal. The boa tried to wrap around the lizard's legs, pulling it down into the mud, but the lizard's claws dug deep into the ground. The lizard lunged forward, biting the boa's spine. A desperate hiss echoed through the wetland. The boa twisted with massive force, knocking the lizard sideways. Both creatures crashed into the remaining water, mud splashing high into the air. They rolled, thrashed, and tore at each other, each trying to find a fatal advantage. The boa attempted a rear coil, but the lizard lifted itself upward with its powerful limbs, preventing the snake from locking its loops. With one final burst of strength, the dragon lizard delivered a bone-cracking bite to the serpent's skull. The titan boa twitched once, then fell still. The dragon lizard stood over the fallen serpent, trembling with exhaustion, blood dripping from its jaws. It had survived barely. The wetlands remained silent for a long time, as if honoring the end of a battle between ancient kings. The lizard lifted its head toward the fading sun, breathing heavily. The drought would continue. The struggle for survival would never end. But for this moment, in the dying wetlands of a forgotten age, the prehistoric dragon lizard stood victorious, a silent reminder of the brutal, relentless world that existed millions of years before humans ever walked the earth.